Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to African Metaphysical Center for Spiritual Healing, Body, Mind, and Spirit Development. I am your host, Kufu Amara, your metaphysical practitioner, Reiki master, Qigong instructor, bond practitioner, and mystic. Today's topic is The Veil is Thinning, Part 4, the last in the series. Before you start watching this video, you should watch them in order so that the entire series will make sense to you. Start with the first one. The differences between ancient mystery school preparation and contemporary spiritual practices are profound, representing fundamentally different approaches to spiritual development. Here's my detailed comparison. Structural differences. Ancient mystery schools. Long-term commitment, initiation spanning 70 to 40 years. Sequential progression. Couldn't skip levels. Each degree required mastery before advancement. Irreversible commitment. Joining was often lifelong. Leaving could mean death. That's the Pythagorean school. Exclusive access. Rigorous screening. Most applicants were rejected. Oral transmission. Knowledge passed person to person, never written for public. Secret, hidden. Locations, practices, and teachings concealed from the outsiders. Now, the contemporary practices, modern day. Quick results orientation. Weekend workshops. 21-day programs. Instant downloads. Cafeteria style sampling. Pick and choose from various traditions without depth. Easy exits. No binding commitment. Can abandon practice at any time you want. Democratic access. Spiritual knowledge should be free for everyone. Mass distribution. Books, YouTube, apps, online courses. Public commercialized. Spiritual practices as marketable products. The teacher-student relationship comparison. For the ancient mystery schools, rigorous vetting. Teachers observed candidates for years before accepting them. Hierarchical authority. Teacher word was law. Obedience was required. Personal mentorship, direct, ongoing relationship with qualified guides. Accountability structure, teachers responsible for students' development and their conduct. Lineage transmission, unbroken chain of teacher to student going back centuries. Energetic initiation, direct transmission of awakened consciousness. Now, the contemporary practices. Self-selection. Anyone can sign up if you pay. Egalitarian approach, where all teachers and students trust your own authority. Parasocial relationships, following influencers, reading books, or watching videos. No accountability. Teachers rarely track long-term students' outcomes. Broken lineages. Many modern teachers self-initiated or trained briefly. Information transfer. Techniques taught intellectually without energetic transmission. Preparation philosophy for your studies. Let's go with the ancient mystery schools first. Purification first. Years of cleansing body, emotions, mind before advancing practices. Foundation building. Extensive groundwork in ethics, philosophy, self-mastery. Readiness assessment. Advanced teachings given only when students demonstrated capacity to learn it. Protective measures, shields, boundaries, and grounding taught before opening perceptions. Gradual exposure, carefully controlled doses of higher reality. Let me say that again. Carefully controlled doses of higher reality. Integration emphasis, extended periods to metabolize experiences. Now, the contemporary practices. Jump to the exciting parts. Third eye opening, Kundalini awakening, entity contact pursued immediately. Minimal foundation, brief introduction to concepts before advanced techniques. Self-assessed readiness. If you feel called to this, you're ready. Protection as afterthought, often taught only after problems arise. Intensity seeking, pursuing the most powerful experiences as quickly as possible. Experience collection, moving to next practice before integrating previous ones. Ethical framework, ancient mystery school teachings. Strict moral codes, Pythagorean vows, Egyptian Ma'at principles, Metheric virtues. Character development, virtue cultivation as prerequisite for power. Service requirements, using abilities for community benefit, not personal gain. Sacracy oath, death penalty for revealing mysteries to uninitiated. Karma consequences teachings, deep understanding that misuse brings severe repercussions. Humility cultivation, ego dissolution as central goal. Now, the contemporary practices, flexible ethics, do what feels right for you. Your truth is valid. Bypass character work, seeking enlightenment without addressing personality flaws within yourself. Self-focus, spiritual development for personal benefit, manifestation, and empowerment. Share everything, posting experiences on social media, monetizing knowledge. Positive thinking emphasis, law of attraction without karmic understanding. Ego inflation, spiritual expenses feeding narcissism. I am awakened, special. Community structure, the ancient mystery schools. Closed communities, living together in temples, monasteries, or compounds. Shared practice, daily collective rituals and study together. Peer accountability, fellow initiates, monitoring each other's integrity. Collective protection, group energetic fields shielding members. Unified cosmology, everyone working within same symbolic conceptual system. Multi-generational, elders, teachers, advanced students, novice in same space. Now, the contemporary practice, isolated practice, mostly solo, meditation, individual journeys. Virtual communities, online groups replacing physical Shanghai. No peer oversight. What you do in private is your business. Individual vulnerability. Practitioners navigating alone without group protection. Eclectic mixing. Combining incompatible systems without inner and understanding either one. Peer-based groups, circles of equals without experienced elders guiding them. Knowledge transmission, the ancient mystery schools. Experience-based direct gnosis prioritized over intellectual understanding. Symbolic language, myths, parables, allegories requiring interpretations. Contextual revelation, information given when students is ready to receive it. Embodied learning, knowledge integrated through ritual, ordeal, and practice. Tested overstanding, initiations verifying comprehension before advancement to a higher level. Irreplaceable presence, some knowledge only transmittable in person only. Now, the contemporary practices. Information-based, reading about spirituality confused with spiritual attainment. Literal interpretation, taking symbolic teachings as factual instructions. All access approach, everything available simultaneously, regardless of readiness of that person. Intellectual learning, collecting concepts without embodied transformation. Self-certified, no external verification of understanding the information. Digital delivery, assuming everything can be learned from the screen. Risk management, the ancient mystery schools, how they handled it. Conservative approach, erring on side of caution, slow progression. Safety protocols, established procedures for managing spiritual emergency. They had already established procedures in case someone went out there in the higher realms and got stuck or lost, that they can bring them back. Experience supervision. Teachers presented during vulnerable states. Screening for stability. Rejecting mentally or emotionally unstable candidates. If you was emotional or mentally unstable, you cannot get this information. Controlled substances. The entheogens used rarely in sacred context with preparation. Rescue capacity. The community able to help if someone got lost in the higher realms. This is the thing that when you're doing this stuff here, you need to have somebody who's capable and able to guide you if you're trying to practice these techniques and you're not ready for them, okay? Contemporary practices, aggressive approach, go deep, break through, ego death, pursued actively. Minimal safety measures, often no protocols for when things go wrong when you're doing contemporary practice. Unsupervised practice, people doing powerful techniques alone at home, and they shouldn't be. No screening, vulnerable people accessing practices that could destabilize them. Recreational substances, psychedelics without preparation, intention, or integration. No rescue system. If someone breaks, they're directed to psychiatry, which doesn't understand or understand spiritual crisis. You get put in the nut house. Conceptual framework, the ancient mystery schools. Cosmological sophistication. They do detailed maps of subtle realms, entities, and energies are taught. Discernment training, learning to distinguish between types of experiences and being. Know these things before you go out there. Shadow integration, confronting darkness as part of the wholeness. Paradox tolerance, holding contradictions without needing resolutions. Cyclical understanding, death, rebirth, descent, ascent as natural patterns. Transpersonal perspective, individual development serving cosmic evolution. The contemporary practices, simplified models, good vibes only, love and light, binary thinking, poor discernment, all experiences labeled awakening or downloads, shadow avoidance, toxic positivity, spiritual bypassing of difficult emotion, just bypassing it and keep moving forward. Need for certainty, seeking definitive answers to mysteries. Linear progress model, expecting constant upward trajectory. Personal focus, spirituality as self-improvement project. Cultural context, the ancient mystery schools. Culturally embedded, part of broader religious philosophical ecosystem. Socially recognized role. Initiates had acknowledged place in society during that time. Economic support, temples, schools funded by communities or wealthy patrons. Aligned with worldview, mastery teachings consistent with cultural cosmology. Generational continuity, practices refined over centuries. Sacred purpose, spiritual development as highest calling was their goals. Now, the contemporary practices, counterculture, often in tension with dominant materialist paradigm. No social recognition, spiritual experiences pathologized or dismissed. Commercialization pressure, teachers must monetize in order for them to survive today. Worldview conflicts, spiritual beliefs clash with scientific materialism. Constant innovation, new techniques, systems appearing constantly. Lifestyle accessories, spirituality as wellness trends or hobby. Outcome orientation, ancient mystery schools. Transformation goal, becoming fundamentally a different person. Initiation as death, old self dying to birth new consciousness. Service capacity, developing ability to serve as priest, healer, or guide. Cosmic alignment, attuning individual to divine will. Agnosis, achievement, direct experiential knowledge of ultimate reality. Immortality preparation, learning to navigate death and beyond. Let's go to the contemporary practices. Enhancement goal, becoming better versions of the current self. Spiritual experiences, collecting peak states and insights. Personal benefits, stress reduction, manifestation, healing, and empowerment. Self-actualization, fulfilling individual potential. Conceptual understanding, knowing about spirituality intellectually. It doesn't make sense, but okay. This life focus, improving current incarnation, afterlife, rarely addressed. Let me say that again. This life focus in contemporary practices is on improving current incarnation, afterlife is rarely addressed. It's never talked about. The core distinction, ancient approach, spirituality as dangerous, powerful, transformative force, requiring years of preparation, qualified guidance, and total commitment, like training to handle radioactive material. Contemporary approach, spirituality as beneficial, accessible, empowering resource available to anyone immediately, like taking a vitamin supplement. Why the shift happened? Several factors created this transformation. Democratization of knowledge, printing press, the internet made secret teachings public. Number two, loss of lineages, wars, persecutions, modernizations broke transmission chains. Number three, Western individualism, rejection of authority, emphasis on personal autonomy. Number four, consumer capitalism, spiritual practices commodified as products. Number five, materialist paradigm, loss of cultural framework for understanding subtle realities. Number six, therapeutic model, spirituality reframed as mental health tools. Number seven, New Age movement, deliberate rejection of elitist mystery school models. Number eight, instant gratification culture, unwillingness to invest years without visible results. The consequences this shift has produced. On the positive side, more people exposed to spiritual concepts, reduction in religious authoritarianism, cross-pollination between traditions, and accessibility for those excluded from traditional structure. On the negative side, spiritual emergencies without support systems, ego inflation masquerading as enlightenment, shallow practice without transformation, and vulnerable people harmed by premature exposure to this information. Dilution of powerful techniques, loss of accumulated wisdom from ancient teachings, commercialization undermining authenticity. The question for modern seekers: can we reclaim the wisdom of ancient preparation methods while maintaining contemporary values of accessibility and autonomy? Or must we choose between ancient model, which is effective but authoritarian, exclusive, and slow, or contemporary model, accessible but shallow, risky, and commercialized? Perhaps the answer lies in understanding that not all spiritual practices require mystery school preparation, but the powerful ones that dissolve consensus, reality, and open perception to other dimensions absolutely do. The veil may be thinning, but human nature hasn't changed. We still need preparation, protection, and guidance when navigating realms our ancestors knew were dangerous. The real question: are we humble enough to admit we might need what the ancients insisted upon? I hope you enjoyed this 4-part series on the veil is thinning. If you are a seeker of knowledge, you need to save all 4 parts and go over it often. So until next time, ancient knowledge is still out there. Seek the truth. Ashe, ashe, ashe.